Good afternoon, everyone. I am Lalit Agrawal from eDistrict Maharashtra team. Today I will talk about the eDistrict project itself and its implementation in the state of Maharashtra. So basically, the flow of the presentation is that first I will talk about the project, how we implemented it, and what we are planning in the future. So eDistrict project itself is one of the national MMPs with a vision to provide services to the common man at affordable cost. So it touches the basic needs of the common man. As a part of this project, what we have done we have made entire process electronic. It includes front end where the citizen can avail the service, then the back end where the district officials, they process the service. But it is not just a pure computerization. We have included the business process reengineering into it, so we can eliminate the unnecessary processes and streamline them. To do all this, we have done the capacity building and training. So our only purpose is to make the interaction between government and the people as e-interaction. So in this project, we have basically two set of stakeholders. One is at the central and state level, which are responsible for planning, management, fund review, and all those things. Then we have at the field level, where actual implementation, that execution is going to happen. So that is our Tehsil office, district collector office, or block offices. So we identified the stakeholders at each of these levels to ensure that this project is executed successfully. So just to give a brief of this, we have bifurcated the responsibilities of each of the stakeholders. At state level, we have restricted it that the state will be responsible for doing the BPR processes, hiring of DPMs, planning the capacity building programs, and all those things. And then at district level, we have restricted them to do the actual implementation, whether it is procurement of hardware or it is connectivity things. So this is how we have bifurcated the roles and responsibilities. Typical architecture, the architecture of eDistrict project is that citizen can avail the services through CSC centers, internet, or mobile applications. Then that application goes to SSDG, and from SSDG, it will be routed to different departments. If the service is related to revenue department, then from SSDG, the service will go to revenue department. So this is the architecture. In this, we also hit NSDG for Aadhaar and PAN card verification processes. Also, we are planning to include MSDG and e-authentication and payment gateways. As of now, we are delivering these services through CSC centers only, but we have planned to roll out them through mobiles and through internet, so that citizens, like they're booking their online tickets, similarly they can avail these services through online, sitting at home. So if I talk about the workflow of this, workflow is that first citizen visits the CSC center, where he provides his, he fills the physical form. VLE takes that form, inputs the entire data into the software, scans all the required documents and uploads them into the software, and then send that application to the district official through electronic mode. So for each service, we have streamlined that there will be 3 levels of desks who will cater these services. So first 2 desks will be for the scrutiny and verification of the service, and third desk will be the signing authority. So for different services, it may be Tehsildar or Deputy Collector or Collector based on the service. So that application from VLE goes to desk 1 for verification, then desk 2, and finally it goes to Tehsildar or concerned officer who digitally signs this application. And once this application is signed or rejected, based on the documents and information the citizen has provided, SMS alert goes to the citizen. He is informed that what is the status of his application, and the digitally signed certificate goes to the VLE. Now VLE takes the printout of that certificate and give it to the citizen for his use. So as I discussed that we have done the BPR. So just key BPR processes that we have done in this. We analyze the forms that a citizen fills for various services, and we streamlined that across Maharashtra. So for example, we found that to avail to get the senior citizen certificate, various districts use different forms, and there were as many as 60 fields in the form. So we did a thorough analysis, and we found only 15 piece of information is actually required to get a citizen certificate. So we redesigned the form with 15 fields of information only and removed that rest 45. So this is the kind of thing that we have done for all the input forms. Okay. Other than that, we have this BPR, I mean verification. So that verification of the certificate can be done through Android or web-based or SMS-based. Other than that, we have removed the affidavits. In our input form itself, we have added a section self-declaration. So we have removed this use of affidavits. Then for the capacity building, we have identified different stakeholders at different level and appropriately planned their training, because training is a key for the successful of this project. Current status is that HPC approved 67 services, out of which we have rolled out close to 40 services across Maharashtra, and we have issued close to 150,000 digitally signed certificates. Going forward, our plan is to integrate this project with UID and PAN card and other departments to validate the data and autofill the informations. And we are also going to provide an auto-escalation mechanism so that if any desk holds a certificate for a longer duration, then escalations will happen to the next level. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes.
Actually, this is a good initiative taken by the government of Maharashtra, but there are some of the drawbacks behind that. I just don't want to give that, but there is some practical issue what we are facing during these working areas. There is a big problem is that we need internet connectivity. In maximum location, we didn't have, even in the government offices, like Tehsil office in Patwari, we don't have a connectivity. This is one question. And second is that DSC is a major role playing to certify the documents. Okay, what we see that major quantity of this officers, they didn't have even PAN card copy with them. They have number but didn't have. For that purpose, they didn't issue any DSC. That's why maximum locations getting in trouble of signing authority. And for example, if one of the person had signing DSC, then if he is on leave, then if as a CSC put this case in this workflow, then nobody will be able to get sign on that. If it is provision to get that online to offline, then that is a major, we should take it, CSC will get some facility from that. And second question is that, I just talk all questions, you can get one by one of that. The second is, the last is that government has a GR to issue the certificates. Maximum location we find each and every officer following and getting another meanings of the particular GRs. As we get some conversation over their CSCs. For example, there is a GR issued by government of Maharashtra in 2012. They told that if the person having human date documents, for example, I am a OBC and I need a 1967 document to certify that I am a OBC, then I need to go there, that officer's jurisdiction to get my certificate. If we implement this project, then why we need to go there? It will be verified all over. So you just implementing project, you can look out these subjects also. So you just continue with the answers.
So first question is regarding the connectivity. I completely agree with you that this is the major challenge that we are facing regarding the connectivity. So what government of Maharashtra had decided that we are going to use MS-WAN network, which is right now at the root level. Even in the Tehsil or block offices, that network is available. So just I want to tell you that out of 352 talukas, we have already rolled out this in 180 talukas. Using that only, and all the collectors are instructed to use that infrastructure for remaining talukas.
I told you that if there is one internet connection, for example, there is EGS. EGS is completely online. they have already broadband connectivity, but they didn't share with the another department. That is the government policy, of government office policy. Even this room has a broadband connectivity, and another office is behind that office. They didn't use that connectivity because they told that is not our connectivity. So this is some issues inside the.
Yeah, agree. So that is why Honorable Principal Secretary IT sir, he has instructed all the collectors and relevant district officials to use the MS1 network for all the concerned departments. So that is why that activity is already going on in rest of the talukas, and hopefully it will be done in next 1 month. On the next question is your DSC thing. What we have done, I completely agree that if that person is not available or he is on leave for 1 day, 2 day or 1 month, then who is going to sign that? So that is why for each desk, we have given 2 to 3 people this user ID, password and DSCs. So that if suppose one person is on leave, then this every application goes to all the 3 person. Whoever takes it first, he will approve or reject it. So typically, same person is processing all the applications, but if he is on leave and he has given his charge to someone else, so we have already created DSCs and everything is ready for that person. So he can simply sign that.
What is the policy of human
Uh,
is the GR followed by the government of Maharashtra or every government. Human date is a date which will recognize that he is belonging to the particular that caste, because we are going to the giving the 36 service including the caste certificate, non-criminal and all domicile certifications. That this human date is the one of the GR issued by the government of Maharashtra. Here is a mention if the person's documentation, for example, human date is a date from that we can identify this is belong to that particular caste. Okay. So now in the technological system, what we are doing in digital system or e-district system, it will be verified by anywhere. Anyone can be identifier. Once we can upload, it should be authenticated. Okay. So then why we are not accepting other divisional officers jurisdictions areas document in different areas? We are asking them to go there. For example, some person is living in 1967 in Pune and he is now residing in Nagpur. Then Nagpur officials are not allowing to get some document from there. They are asking to go Pune and then make your documents from there.
That's a very valid point. So what we have done, I mean, this is in our vision that we are going to do, that all the departments, we are going to integrate them with e-district Maharashtra through SSDG. So in future, if you need anything across Maharashtra or even across India, so that application will be directly gone from the e-district application, and citizen need not to go for the verification to any department or any city or any state. So that thing is already in our plan.
Yeah, any more question?
नमस्ते. माझा प्रश्न असा होता की आता ये 180 तालुक.
Can you answer a question in Hindi or English?
ओके. देखिए अभी ये 180 तालुकाज में ये इम्प्लीमेंट हुआ है ऐसा आपने कहा, तो अगर समझ लीजिए कि पूरे महाराष्ट्र में 180 तालुकाज मिलके अगर 100 सर्टिफिकेट हम लोग डिलीवर करते हैं पूरे साल में, तो इस तरीके से कितने % का सर्टिफिकेशन अभी शुरू हो गया है, ये एक मुझे जानकारी चाहिए थी. दूसरी एक चीज़ ऐसी थी कि अगर मैं यहाँ पे एक एप्लीकेशन कर देता हूँ और अगर कोई गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर उस पर रिप्लाई नहीं आता है, जो भी आपने प्रोसेस बोला उस तरीके से अगर काम नहीं होता, तो फिर उसमें कुछ उस गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर को कुछ पेनल्टी है या फिर उसका किस तरीके से मैकेनिज्म है कि सिटीजन को गारंटी मिले कि हाँ मैं इस तरीके से करूँ तो मुझे डेफिनेटली मिलने वाला है.
ओके. जो आपका ये सेकंड क्वेश्चन है,
Thank you.
इसके लिए से मैंने आपको बताया था कि हमने ऑलरेडी एक ऑटो एस्केलेशन मैकेनिज्म लाने वाले हैं. अभी हम वो प्रोसेस मैनुअली करते हैं. मैनुअली हम डेली या हर सेकंड डे पर रिपोर्ट देखते हैं कि किस किस ऑफिसर के पास कितनी सर्टिफिकेट्स या कितनी सर्विसेज की एप्लीकेशन पेंडिंग है, और हमने हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में एक DPM करके एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर इनको हायर किया हुआ है, और वो कंसर्न ऑफिसर या तहसीलदार के या नायब तहसीलदार से मिलते हैं, एंड दे इंश्योर कि आपका विद इन 1 और 2 डेज और 3 डेज सारी की सारी पेंडेंसीज क्लियर हो जाएं. बट अगर किसी रीजन से वो ऑफिसर नहीं करता है उसको क्लियर, देन उनके जो भी कंसर्न हायर अथॉरिटीज़ हैं, चाहे वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर हो, तहसीलदार हो या जो भी हैं, उनको एस्केलेट किया जाता है. अभी ये प्रोसेस मैनुअली है. गोइंग फॉरवर्ड इसको हम ऑनलाइन कर देंगे.
थैंक यू.
आपका एक क्वेश्चन और था.
और एक क्वेश्चन था मेरा कि ये अभी इस तरीके से कितना % जो सर्टिफिकेशन जो डिलीवर का काम होता है वो अभी कितना होता है 100 में से अगर देखा जाए तो?
अभी परसेंटेज वाइज बताना तो मेरे लिए थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है, बट जस्ट मैं आपको एक रफ आइडिया देता हूँ कि अभी जो हमारा पिछले 2 मंथ का एनालिसिस है, ऑलमोस्ट पर वीक हम लोग 12,000 न्यू डिजिटली साइंड सर्टिफिकेट्स इशू कर रहे हैं.
ओके.
Thank you very much. I request Mr. Girish to comment upon this presentation.
So this e-district can be a good initiative, really a good citizen-centric e-governance application which offers variety of services to citizens. As you mentioned, background computerization and this BPR is a must and essential parts of this.
Yes, sir. I mean, we have not
Project.
focused just on the computerization. So these
Yeah.
things we have incorporated.
And important is, as he asked regarding DSCs and all, so whether you are generating the documents on the fly or you are applying the DSCs individually. I mean, how you are doing it?
So you are asking about the procurement of DSC or
No, procurement
signing
of
the
DSC.
certificate?
As and when the document is getting generated, when it is getting generated on fly, then and then only you are applying it, or after applying through dongle, you are attaching it and making it
so
available.
other way around, we are doing it. I mean, first the document is generated, then we append the digital certificate on it through that dongle, and then the digitally signed certificate we store in our database.
Okay, fine. And it must work in an integration fashion, as you mentioned,
Yes,
with
yes, sir.
Aadhaar and
That
some
is
other
in our
services.
plan. Once we roll out all these 67 services, then we are going to integrate it. Even we have started working with transport department to integrate their services through.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Uh,
So it's a nice initiative, nice efforts. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Prashant Goodlets.
My question is very simple. In your architecture, you have shown NSDG and SSDG. When the request is generated, is there a case that every request goes to NSDG?
So as of now, we have not integrated it through NSDG.
But the architecture shows
Yeah, that is the what we are when it is fully rolled out. That is what we are planning.
Okay, got it.
As of now, we are working. I mean, all our services are directly. We have single portal, and we are connecting it through SSDG.
So now, when you implemented SSDG, have you utilized all the potential and powers of SSDG? Is there any auto routing of the request?
So on that side, I would say that we have just completed the hardware preparation for SSDG, and we are working with transport department and PDS department so that we can use their services through SSDG. But as of now, we are not using SSDG. Our portal is we are using Maha Online portal to deliver the service, and since all the services are with us only, we have developed all the services for revenue department. So we have database with us, we have front end with us.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it was an excellent initiative by from this project. I could find out the vision of the project was very perfect and which has got transferred into excellent GPR and BPR initiatives and exercises, consequently following it up with change management and capacity development exercises. And that's how I can see that the fruits are coming now. And as such, some questions came up regarding the teething problems to this initiative. Naturally, for any new project, when earlier accountability was not there, we are thinking of more accountability and transparency. It will come very soon. That's what I think. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next project.